Hi guys, so I decided that I would make another video even though I said that I wasn't going to. I hope that this has better audio because it didn't work out very well last time. But I decided to make kind of like a what is age regression thing, and so yeah, that's what this is. So age regression is when someone mentally reverts back to an age younger than their, biological age. This is often a response to trauma or emotional stress, but it doesn't have to be. For a lot of people it is, for me it is. But it can just be like a fun thing that people do. So it's not always trauma related or stress related. Yeah, age regression is an 100% SFW community. It's a completely safe for work community, though it does commonly get confused with kink with age play and DDLG. It is definitely not. And yeah, there is when those two things get combined, it is not safe for the age regression community because it could start to involve minors in things that are illegal technically, and so that's just obviously not good. Yeah, and it's also harmful to the kink community because then they get a bad rap, and they can do what they want, really. So yeah. Age regression is safe for anyone of any biological age. So when I regress, I'm in about toddler to very young child. I think 6 is the oldest of my regression ages, but I can go as young as below 1 years old, but that's kind of rarely. That's only when I'm very stressed out or just need or just really tired. I get to a younger age when I'm tired. So yeah. When I'm little, I'm processing things that the way that someone of the biological age of the age that I am regressing to would probably be processing things. So things seem a lot bigger than me most of the time when I'm little. So yeah. Let's say I'm regressing to around 4 years old. I am mentally 4 years old. I'm using a script, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I am thinking and acting like someone who is biologically 4 years old and would be treated that way. Age regressors do not roleplay or pretend to be younger than they are. As soon as you bring roleplay into this, you are blurring it with the kink community, which, as I said earlier, is just not safe for minors involved in age regression because it is a thing that is open to minors, definitely. But the kink community is not, obviously, because that is, as I said, illegal. And it is a sexual thing, or it can be, and so that's just not good to mix. So yeah. Someone who is regressed, you would treat someone who is regressed the same way that you would treat someone of that biological age, and you wouldn't treat someone who was 20 like they're 40. You wouldn't do that, and you wouldn't treat a biological 6-year-old like an adult, because it wouldn't make sense to them. So it's basically the same thing, because when you're regressed, it is your mentality goes back and reverts back to what you were as a young child, or a similar personality to yourself now. But it also, with dissociative identity disorder, it is like one of your alters can be younger than than the body age. And I'm not going to go into that too much, because that could be a later video. But, so yeah. Some people partake in age regression through therapy, but not all. It is definitely not something that you have to do with a therapist, and especially for, it shouldn't be cut off for people who within low-income families, or just can't afford, or don't have the resources to go to a therapist. When you do partake in age regression as a form of therapy, it is called age regression therapy or inner child therapy. And that is usually structured with a therapist, or it's like homework, I guess. So, yeah. Some age regressors, or littles, like to have a carer or a caregiver, but not all. This isn't something you need to regress, but I know some people like to have someone taking care of them because it feels better, and it's also helpful. At least for me, it is. I have 2 caregivers. I'll get into that more later. But having a caregiver might really be something that you want and something that you need in order to help yourself and be more comfortable. So my 2 caregivers, I have, that works for me. It might not work for you. They don't live near me, so we are constantly Skyping. That's our thing. That's our way of dealing with distance and just general issues like that. So if you have a caregiver, or if you want a caregiver, you can use terms of endearment for them. So common ones are like daddy or mommy, or I don't know, dada and mama, and things of that sort. And there are gender neutral ones like Rennie or Ren, kind of like parent. And caregivers are supposed to be like a parental figure. I call my caregivers, one of them I call Dada, and the other I call Bubba. And they're great. Love them. And yeah. Caregivers can be any gender, age, or sexuality. It's important for me to have someone who is of a similar age to me, because I feel uncomfortable with someone who's older than me, and definitely with somebody who's younger than me, because they're just commonly less mature. Caregivers' roles are to act like a parent, kind of like a parental figure or a guardian, just someone who's taking care of you, as the name implies. Caregivers' roles are to guide you and to help you with things, and just kind of to set a little bit of structure, because when you're little, it's hard to take care of yourself sometimes, and so it's important to have someone there sometimes. Not everyone needs that. Other people can take care of themselves more, but I'm not one of those people. There is absolutely no contact sexual contact during, while a little is regressed, because that, as soon as that happens, it borders on into the kink community, and that's not safe for age regression. That's not, usually that's not good for the little, but if it is consenting, obviously, and legal, of course, then it's okay, but that shouldn't be mixed with age regression. Agery is completely normal and a healthy way to cope with things, and it can also bring a lot of joy into your life if it's something that you find that you appreciate, or just enjoy partaking in. Regressing can be very helpful. For me, it is. There's age regression is for everyone, no matter what. There's no limit on who can regress, or how long you can be regressed. Some people are regressed almost all the time, or all the time, really, and others rarely do. But no matter what, of course, your regression is valid, and it doesn't matter what your background is and really who you are, what your political views. You can regress. Though some people, of course, are going to be jerks about it because that just happens. It's still a healthy thing, and no matter what other people say, it is a completely comfortable and safe coping mechanism. So this was just a basic explanation, but I will cover more later on, if people want that, and if there are any questions, comment them down below, and yeah, I'll keep a link to my social media down in the description, and yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. That was so cringy.